We found more and more that our clients, the big advertising holding companies, as well as huge major media companies and publishers, are in need of technologies to help them spend television advertising money more effectively. And on the publisher side, they need to use their limited amounts of inventory most effectively. And those are real problems that technology can help with. I think it's fair to say that we get, labeled rightly as kind of the TV guys in the industry, and a lot of that comes back to our work with large television advertisers who are looking to bring that spending to life in a digital form. And whether that's video on a PC or on a tablet or on a mobile device, they want the spending to occur on kind of the terms they've always understood in the TV world. And that involves guarantees of audiences, make goods if those things don't come through. That's never been the norm within the digital world. The digital world has oftentimes under-delivered on things, and it really was, in many cases, the early years of our business were defined by display advertising. What we found, and where our business has morphed very quickly over the last several years, is to where our clients and the demands they're putting toward us and the demands they're putting on publishers are governed by the norms of the TV upfront or the annual trading season outside the U.S. Our clients tend to kind of range from the heads of trading for an agency holding company down to the people who are actually controlling campaign dollars on an everyday basis. Really what we're trying to do is bring a more efficient way to spend their money. And that's what it comes down to is, media in general has always been kind of claimed to be, half wasteful, as John Wanamaker says. In our world, moving to digital, it became less wasteful, but still not a perfect science. As we move more and more, we're actually helping to reduce the waste in that media. So if you're a large television advertiser and you're trying to reach an audience on television, oftentimes that audience only makes up about 10% of the composition of that person those people sitting down in front of their television. In our case, using third-party data, using the power of IP-based delivery, we have the ability to make that zero waste, where only the people who are in your target audience are seeing that. And that has real brand benefits, but it also has very real cost benefits because the effective CPM or the cost per target rating point can be reduced. And that's a real benefit for our advertisers. That's a real benefit that they can take back to their clients, the actual brands themselves, and say, we invested in technology, it's providing a real cost benefit, and we can show it to you. That's really where we've made a difference with the television advertisers and why they've embraced what we're doing. Data is we're at the core of it, our technology is a big decision engine. It's a decision engine that needs fuel, and that fuel is data. And as we move to different markets, there are different data rules, and we have to pay very close attention to the different rules, in the EU versus in the US versus even some of our emerging markets in Asia. And the rules tend to differ, but in general, you need to be, applying common sense and following the rules of those markets. We amalgamate data from a number of sources, probably 25 at the current point in different markets around the world. We ingest first-party data from advertisers and the brands themselves. Bringing that together, we're able to not only target against it, but we actually use it to fuel our optimization as well. Well, I think the holy grail, as you refer to it, is the ability to target different devices, the same person on different devices, right? And people have oftentimes talked about the ability to do that, and I think it's fair to say a lot of people would claim that they've been able to do it. But the ability to actually authenticate a user and follow them from one device to another, on their tablet, watching television, looking on their mobile phone or on their PC, is something that no one really has ever been able to do. We made some investments this year. We're looking to build out our own technology and talk to publishers about it here this week, about how they can actually start to develop advertising targeting products that help them take advantage of their users migrating across those platforms. Because what once was a big fear for them now is seen as kind of a big opportunity for them, because they're one of the few people in the market who actually has the kind of position to take advantage of people migrating across platforms.
Because we've been, hearing a lot, and there's a lot of studies coming out. Study coming out from Adobe about the massive adoption of TV everywhere and consumption on mobile devices. Mm-hmm. We spoke to France TV, and they say almost half of their consumption is through digital devices. But yet the advertising ecosystem is really half-baked.
It's very 1998 display advertising, I think is the best way to describe it. Yes, it is, and that's natural. I mean, I think that's anticipated on our part. The consumption is ramped so quickly on these other devices that the ad models and the monetization models are following quickly after. And the good thing is they're learning. They're learning a lot from what was done in the video space on the PC. They're learning a lot from what's been done on these other media. And the good thing in the case of us is a lot of this stuff, if you're France Telecom or if you're one of the big US telecom companies, a lot of this money that's flowing in is following the norms of television. So they're not having to relearn the world. They're actually being able to kind of take their television, knowledge and apply it across tablets, mobile. And so it's actually becoming one of the easier kind of new media types for them to enter, because it follows all the rules, at least in terms of how media is bought and sold and tracked and guaranteed, that they've known for 50 years of their existence.